Are you sick and frustrated of finding a split that does not work for you? We've all been there. You've come to the right place. I'm going to be going through how I went from stickman to Superman within 2 years of serious training when it comes to the gym. We're going to be going through what I do, the workouts I do, the sets I do, and the repetitions I do, whilst remembering all of this is subjective to what's worked for me. So if you want to achieve an anime physique, stay tuned and let's get right into the video. So to start off with, day one, I like to do chest and back. This normally entails some sort of compound movements, whether that be an incline dumbbell press or the incline barbell press. The reasons why I like working the incline presses is that this is what I've seen to work best for my physique in terms of achieving that pillow chest. As you can see, most of the exercises I like to do full range of motion, making sure that we're fully activating our muscles, working under time under tension when necessary, and trying to also push past 8 to 12 reps if I can on the last rep to failure. This will allow for the progressive overload to kick in the long run and to make sure that we're really maximizing our gains and our sessions. The key word in that sentence is progressive overload. Over time, you want to make sure you're tracking how much either you're lifted or the repetitions you're doing by increasing it gradually to the point that your muscles are exerted, which will allow stimulation for growth. Another exercise I like to incorporate is the chest fly. Reason being, you get that nice tight squeeze on the way in and on the way out. Moving on to back, I like to also work on isolation movements just to allow for even growth on both sides of my back, my lats, my upper lats, my traps. I like to make sure that I get a nice squeeze and stretch when I'm going up and down on whatever movement I'm doing. Workouts I'll be including is isolation lat pull downs, dumbbell rows, and I like to also finish off every workout with pull-ups because I've seen pull-ups is the universal method right now, and if you ain't doing pull-ups, you ain't doing it right. On day two, I like to do legs. Some people like to do legs and abs, but I've seen that with most of the compound movements I do, it works intensively with my core, as most of the exercises that I do when I'm doing compound like squats, deadlifts, any movements that works heavily on the abdominals will aid in having better abs. As you can see in these workouts, we've included kettlebell squats, good for anyone with loose grips when it comes to the dumbbells. Kettlebell squats are perfect for getting in those big, juicy quads. Overall, the muscle strength that you need in your legs for them to grow. Moving on to the seated leg extension, I like this because you're kind of restricted as well with the amount of movement you can do when it comes to swinging, so you have more control of your sets and repetitions when actually working the quads. For the hamstrings, classic RDLs. Sometimes I like to do with the barbell, and sometimes I like to do with this machine. As you can see in this video, really want to focus on stretch and squeeze and make sure that you're really not cheating yourself with your form. Day three, I like to do shoulders and biceps. Again, isolation movements just to help with muscle imbalances, and it's pretty straightforward. Most of them are going to be curls, but we vary around cables and free weights. So for this one, I like to do isolated D handle curls, making sure that you really get that full stretch, not cheating yourself in the form, and you want to go all the way back. And once you go all the way back and your arm is parallel and straight, you want to squeeze all the way up to the top, making sure it's parallel and straight to where it first started, and repeat that range of motion for 8 to 12 reps. Keep it nice and simple, don't want to overdo it. Next is the classic preacher curl. Same thing again, want to make sure you're hitting that full range of motion, going all the way down and all the way back, up. If it's uncomfortable, if it helps, get some wrist straps. That also helps as well with making sure your reps are much more controlled and you don't feel pain in your wrist. Moving on to the last movement is the bench supported bicep curl. Very similar to the preacher curl, but the reason why I like this is that you're really restricted in the amount of movement you can do when it comes to swinging. The back is up against the bench, and what you want to do is focus again on that range of motion, making sure you're fully extending and contracting on the way up and down of each set. Perfect exercise for making sure you're not cheating yourself when it comes to grip. Shoulders, you want to make sure you got the big traps. Your idle nose needs to be strong, and what do you need to do for that? Barbell shrugs. Barbell shrugs are perfect for getting those big, bolder shoulders, as it can make the overall aesthetic of your shoulders complete and make you look like a wrestling WWE character. So for this, I like to go quite heavy and test my limit. This will help in the long run. Moving on swiftly, we have front raises. Front raises are perfect for building interior deltoids, perfect for building the front deltoids, as you want to make sure that you have a full complete set. And I like to go really light for this. I don't really want to push myself and sacrifice form for volume. You can either do this with dumbbells, cables, but I prefer just to mix it up depending on the day. Finally, we have rear delt flies. Rear delt flies are perfect for giving the illusion of depth when it comes to your shoulders from the side angle. On to day 4, we're back again with back and chest. No pun intended. For this, I like to mix up again. So for this, we started off with the universal grip, but I would say U-handle grip. The reason why I like this is perfect for building your lats, giving you that Dorito shape when it comes to summertime or whenever you're doing your lat spreads. This is the perfect workout for you. I like to do 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps, just to mix it up. But remember, this is all subjective and do what works best for you. Next, my isolated movements, the lat pull down machine. For this, you want to make sure that if you can, you're progressively overloading over the weeks with the amount of weight and volume that you're putting on. This will allow for maximum growth in the long run. As I like to say, go hard or go home. No pain, no gain. And the final workout I like to include in my split is the pull-ups. Can't go wrong with pull-ups. Whether it's at the start or end of your session, I like to include pull-ups. Train to failure. Every rep matters, whether it be 1, 2, 50. As long as you've pushed yourself to failure, you've done the job right. And then chest day again, we always include some sort of fly, whether it be incline, decline, or neutral grip flies. I like to include flies just as well to get that nice squeeze. And I feel like this is really what's allowed me to get the puffiness in my chest. So flies are very important, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't have to always be cable, it can be machines, it can be with dumbbells, incline movements. So we could think of incline movements like the Smith machine incline press or the barbell incline press. Perfect for building the upper chest to actually give you the illusion that you have a pillow literally growing on your chest. And to finish off, we have the chest press. Chest press is the universal classic. An easy substitute if you don't want to stack weights on the barbells when it comes to bench press. I like to use the chest press machine. Simple, just get the clip, put on the desired weight, and then you can get your sets rolling in and out in a quick motion. For day 5 for back to leg day, this is where I like to do more of the compound lifts. This is where I like to do my SBDs. I like to do deadlifts because it literally is a workout for the whole body. A workout that really pushes your limits and pushes your strength for everything that you've done during out the week. If you go to squats as well, it's just a perfect muscle building exercise. It doesn't have to always, as I said, be with a barbell. You can switch it up with dumbbells, or you can also switch it up with the Smith machine. You can do Bulgarian split squats, Smith machine squats, whatever works best for you. I like to do either. You can't forget your calves, so make sure you're including all those calf raises. That can be on a calf machine, that can be with free weights, that can be with anything. As long as you're hitting your calves, just make sure you can either include them in every session. Just do a quick set of calves. I kind of struggle with calves, so I kind of try and include them. Like even if it's like one exercise, 3 sets of calf raises, I like to get them in. And on the final day, we have triceps and shoulders. For this, I like to work my triceps with machines or free weights and just fix it up with variation. As you can see, we're on the machine here with the tricep push downs. Very good if you want to get a quick workout. I wouldn't recommend doing this in the long run because it's very limited to how much range of motion you have in the tricep, as the tricep makes up a third of your arm, so you got to make sure you're actually really working the muscles. So other workouts I would suggest to substitute this would be overhead movements, like the tricep overhead extensions. Skull crushers are good workouts as well to help. Simple things as well, like tricep push downs. And another workout that I would suggest as well that you can do, if you want me to go in more into depth, we can do separate videos for all workouts for a certain muscle group. Post grip bench on the Smith machine, which is also good for building the long head. I just like benching because I like a big chest, as you can see. And to finish off for shoulders, we have the overhead press, the barbell, perfect for building the full complete deltoids. And I just like this movement because it really pushes you. As I said, progressive overload, no pain, no gain. Perfect for building a complete physique. I like to do front raises with the easy bar, restricted as well on the bench, or you can use a wall just to make sure you're not cheating yourself when it comes to the reps. To finish off, this is subjective. Whether you like it or not, you can either do Arnold press or normal dumbbell press. This is perfect for engaging your deltoids as a whole, as it really pushes your traps as well, gets it engaged, just to give you that full, complete anime physique. There you have it, 6-day workout split that you can save and try next week and get right before summer starts. We're around the corner, but there's still time to change. Even if you have goals small or big, this workout split is universal and will work for anybody. So if you've liked this video, remember to like, comment and subscribe and smash that like button. Until the next one, we over and out. Bomba clock, that was fucking long.